If I could go back to the first 30 days before Lyme fully took over, I would have done everything differently. And honestly, it could have saved me thousands of dollars and months of my time. Here are 3 things I wish I knew sooner. If even just one of these things helps someone catch Lyme earlier or approach healing smarter, then this video will have been worth it. Number 1, I wish I knew that infection and symptoms don't always match up. What I mean is you could be infected for weeks, months, or even years before symptoms even start to show. This delay is why people dismiss early signs or they think it's something else. Personally, I didn't realize at the time that the tick bite was connected to how I was feeling. And by the time I did, I had already lost so much time. The only time I remember being bitten by a tick, I was 8 years old. And I didn't see any symptoms till I was in my 20s. The symptoms appeared after a really rough patch in my life where there was loads of stressors and different problems going on top of injuries and so much more. It was like the whipped cream on top of a crap sundae. In other words, I was already at rock bottom in my life, and then bam, Lyme disease symptoms come on top of that. So even though the tick bite was way over here and the symptoms were way over here, they were directly related, and I wish I knew that that was even possible to begin with. I probably would have looked closer, tried to get help right when I got the tick bite, or tried to avoid this thing altogether. We didn't have a lot of information back then, so we just said, well, let's just see what happens. I mean, I feel fine, so let's just keep going. And then years and years later, boom, it comes back to haunt me. If I could help just one person avoid that, that would be amazing, and this video will be 100% successful. Earlier understanding of exactly what you're dealing with leads to earlier action, which leads to getting better faster. The only thing that had to happen is somebody told my parents or me when I was a kid, hey, he got bitten by a tick, he needs to go seek treatment. A lot of times, prophylactic antibiotics can knock everything out right away. If not, you could also use herbal antimicrobials right away to help support your system and bounce back before it becomes a problem. Our 2 best friends in the war against Lyme disease are prevention and quick, immediate action. The longer we sit around and wait, the worse things get. Number 2, I wish I knew Lyme disease doesn't just go away on its own. Like so many other illnesses, like viruses or just any regular infection, people usually say, well, I'll just see how it goes. I'll just, support my body, I'll rest, and hopefully it just goes away. It's not a cold or flu. You can't just wait it out. Lyme actually requires intentional, layered healing. Lyme disease actually forced me to understand my body on a deeper level, not just surface level quick fixes or band-aid solutions. I had to get to the root cause of any health issues I was facing and make sure I was supporting my body in every single way possible. Leaving any boxes unchecked can actually just lead to worsening of symptoms. That's why people with Lyme or any tick-borne illness tend to talk about it pretty frequently. It usually transforms people's lives, and they either end up sliding off a cliff where everything seems worse than it should be, or they go the other direction and they absolutely transform their life and take control of their body and start to understand themselves on a much deeper level and become much better because of the challenge of Lyme disease that they're facing. And that's what happened to me. I probably would have gone on with my life never even talking or thinking about Lyme disease, but it stopped me in my tracks and forced me to pay attention to my body. Otherwise, it's not going away. And I mean, I had to dissect every area of my life and try to make it better. From my finances, my work life, my relationships, my family life, my emotional resilience, and so much more. Everything was under the microscope. Everything matters for healing the body. And number 3, I wish I knew holistic long-term healing was the best plan. Like so many others, when I first got diagnosed, I just wanted it to be over. I would have taken any pill, done anything, or any quick fix that I possibly could to get out of this situation. But the thing is, there is no magic pill. Healing is multi-layered. The body knows exactly how to do it, but it just needs everything to be out of the way. It needs a clear path in order to heal itself. In the beginning phases, I just searched for what I could do to get this thing to disappear so I would never have to think about it again. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. Later on, once I accepted that I needed to take this full time and I needed to put my all into healing my body from the inside out, that's when things shifted. That's when the transformation began to happen. Herbal antimicrobials, nutrition, sleep, nervous system regulation, gut microbiome repair, detox support, and so much more. Here's the thing, long-term doesn't mean forever. It means sustainable, consistent, and comprehensive. It requires thinking about your whole body, your whole life, and transforming into someone that can handle the stressors of Lyme disease bacteria, of health issues, of feeling like a shell of yourself. Once you can handle all those stressors and your body starts to fight back, that's when things change. It's kind of like somebody just signed you up for a 30-mile race and you didn't even know it. So now you have to train, get better, become the best version of yourself in order to win this race, in order to even run this race and finish this race. It's not just going to fall in your lap. You've got to want it and you've got to take it. Your health is yours. I know you can do this. And here's bonus number 1. Healing isn't just physical, it's on the identity level. Chronic illness and tick-borne illnesses force a transformation. They make it so you have to learn pacing yourself, boundaries, self-worth, priorities, what actually matters in your life. It's actually quite beautiful because it is a forcing catalyst that requires you to step up into the best version of yourself. That's exactly what I'm here to try to help you do. Lyme disease didn't just change my health, it reshaped who I am. It's too often I see people approaching this from the surface level angle and just trying to get better at the snap of a finger. Not only does it require a long-term approach, but it requires you to want to change. It requires you to want a new life and to transform into someone better than you already are, no matter what age you are. Because here's the thing, I know some of you will say, I'm already in my 80s. I don't think I can change. I'm already in my 70s. That's not true. Anybody can change at any point in their life. Your body does deserve the healing support that you can provide to it if you know what you're doing. No matter your age, you can take back your body. You can feel good again. Which leads me to bonus number 2. There is hope, even when you feel hopeless. Many people think they'll never get better. They've been on this roller coaster. Symptoms are up, symptoms are down, symptoms are up, symptoms are down. They never know when it's going to stop. They tell everybody they have Lyme disease and they feel like a shell of themselves pretty often. They use Lyme disease as a crutch or as an excuse to not do things, which, okay, it is. Your life is hard. This disease is hard. Nobody's taking that away from you. But I just know that if you apply yourself and try your best, that you can come out on top. I didn't believe it at first either. I thought I might be stuck with this forever. I thought I might not even make it out alive since it was affecting my heart. It was disseminated to multiple organ systems. It was a very serious case. But that's when I snapped. I said, I have to do everything in my power to get through this, not only to get better, but to be my best. I'm not willing to let my kids grow up without a father. I'm not willing to let the people I love lose someone so important in their life. I'm not willing to stand by and let my body degrade to nothing. I must take action. I must do whatever it takes. That's where I was mentally when I started to shift my body and my life. If you put yourself in that same mindset, in that same zone, you can get better too. You've got to want it and you've got to take it. Take your health back. Take your body back. There is hope. I've seen people battling for 30 years finally get better and have their life back. I've seen people who couldn't walk finally be able to walk again. I've seen children who've had Lyme disease not knowing if their entire life is going to be affected by this, but then eventually within a year, 2 years, getting fully better because they fully take on board the holistic mindset, the holistic approach to healing and eating healthy and using hydration and minerals and using everything in their power, the herbal antimicrobials, getting good sleep, and on top of that, understanding their self-worth and having priorities and all of the identity components as well. Even children can do this. I've seen people in their 80s get better. No matter your age, gender, skin color, ethnicity, anything, you can get better. It just requires approaching this with the right mindset, the right tools, and going through the process. Keep the hope alive. When you lose hope, you lose everything. And this hope isn't just based on nothing. This is based on seeing hundreds of people take back their bodies. I did it myself. I've seen my best friends do it. I've seen family members do it, and I've seen hundreds of strangers that work with us at LymeWars.com do it as well. You're no different. You can take back your body. You can feel like yourself again. What do you wish you knew in your first 30 days? Comment below. You're not alone, and you're not broken. You're healing. I've been through Lyme disease. I was able to come back in an all-natural way without using antibiotics or doctor's offices or really expensive treatments, and I detailed everything I did in a 6-step manual that you can get for free. The link is below this video.